Hello everyone, PolishLynx here, and I'm back. And Narcissu is back also. We are running away. Or whatever, I think the guy would just won instead of trying to steal anything. Or maybe he's trying to steal, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. Then, driving about 10 minutes about when we are totally clear of the pachinko parlor, I stopped the car by some roadside and begin inspecting the place that was hit earlier. Is it okay? It's probably nothing major. From the passenger seat, the girl called to me, sounding just a tiny bit worried. While I inspected the damaged area, I answered. Looking at it, the rear band was slightly dented and the muffler's tip was a bit cracked. With just this, there probably would be no problem driving. Phew. Feeling the relief, I let out a sigh. So close. Immediately, I recalled the events in the pachinko parlor. I had failed with just a little bit more to go, but if I did it well, the next time I thought I could succeed. I figured that even though I hadn't been able to carry the cash box, that was only because I hadn't lifted heavy things in a while. If I were prepared from the start, I'd probably managed. You're being mistaken. Eh? The you now should be different from the you from before. That's wise. The girl spoke words as if she were seeing clear through me. However, with a weight like that, you shouldn't think of it as being the same. Most likely what the girl was saying was right. I didn't want to admit it, but the me now was different from the me from before. Certainly, with my strength reduced by this much, it was hard to believe I would succeed. Then, what should I do? To that question, there came no answer. Just quiet gazing at the dark sky beyond the window. That probably was telling me to give up. Alrighty, Chapter 4, The Emerald Sea. Stopping time, stopping my heart. Days of simply gathering knowledge. Days of gazing at maps, closing my eyes, traveling in unknown towns. One day, on a monthly magazine I was bought, my eyes stopped on a photo decorating the back cover. It was a female model wearing a flashy swimsuit, shot at the water's edge with that sort of pose. With the Emerald Sea I always saw in my dreams behind her back, she was smiling. I was sure we were around the same age. With that exceptional style, happy and relaxed, directing a smile at me. I don't think I was particularly envious. For one thing, I didn't have a swimsuit, and didn't even have any urgent need to have one. For me, if I had pajamas, that was even enough. Numerous seasons, white overcast skies, passed without even the need to exchange words with anyone. That day, first year of middle school in June, the first day I was admitted into a hospital. I remember that I had ordered a swimsuit, recalled the swimsuit from a number of years before. I remember the swimsuit that had lost its debut that day, taken out of the trunk for the first time in years, a school swimsuit that was still brand new. Thinking of my usual pajamas nervously, I put on that blue swimsuit, and it was a perfect fit, even though how many years have passed. It was as if just now I had ordered it. Towards my figure, the monthly magazine's model directed her smiling face at me, smiled with the Emerald Sea to her back. With that exceptional style, happy and relaxed, directing a smile at me. That was saddening. I didn't think I was particularly envious. However, to be honest, I really might have admired her, because I knew it was impossible. I might have yearned for it even more so. But the large scar on my chest advised me to give up. My lifelong companion told me to make do with the world in my closed eyes. January 22nd, 2005. When the sun slowly slanted, staining the western sky orange. As always, we continued to drive. What should we do now? Our money was for the most part tight. Say you. She started to speak. When I was thinking about that, surprisingly the girl spoke to me. You can go take baths? Right now, outside of long baths, I haven't been told to stop. I see. Something similar to me then. What she was saying was probably whether the doctors have stopped me from taking baths or not. Especially for kidney and digestive disorders, where their tubes were used, baths were often banned. Thinking about it that way, at the least the girl probably had a circulatory problem like I did. What? Did you want to go take a bath? Problem? No, I also want to take one. Even so, financially speaking, stopping at a hostel or hotel was out of the question. Well then, shall we look for a bathhouse someplace? Bathhouse? Something like that we still haven't the money for. Haven't probably. Well, on second thought, I'm fine. What? You're fine? Since that day when we left from the cellular, 3 days had already passed. Their bathing was done twice a week, and in order to wipe the body each day, there were 2 warm sponge baths. Well, because of the season, we didn't sweat and we were mostly in the car, so didn't particularly get dirty, but is it that you're embarrassed about the bathhouse and so you don't want to go? Not particularly, I didn't mean that. The sun had completely set and the large moon showed its face in the sky. After that, driving for a while, I found a place that looked like a school somewhere. Here might be just right. I stopped the car on the roadside near the entrance. Then I began fishing through that mass of laundry that had been left in the back seat. I was sure there were 2 or 3 towels. So, pushing aside the clothes that didn't matter, I took up what felt like a towel. It had the words Shiraishi Construction printed on it, most likely some marketing thing, as it was a shabby towel. Well, wait a bit. Holding 2 of the shabby towels, I headed to the school in front of us. Climbing over the closed gate, I peered around the area for the place I was looking for. Oh, there it is. After a while, I found the faucet that I was looking for. It was probably there for the gardens. Turning the faucet, the water flowed out strongly, cold enough that it felt like it were slicing through one's body. Then I wet the towels and firmly wrung them out. Sorry for the wait, here. Then, taking one of the 2 damp towels I carried, I gave one of them to a girl. Then, taking off the sweatshirt I wore on top, I went ahead and started to wipe my body. In the car interior, well warmed from the heater, the feel of the chilly damp towel felt good. You don't have to hold back, wipe your body. Seriously, man. She's embarrassed in front of you. It's cold and feels good, you know. Alright. At first the girls had stayed unmoving with a sense of hesitation, but with that answer, she slowly took her hands to the buttons on her clothes, floppy dress, shirt and jeans. Unlike me, she placed her hand within her clothes and wiped her body that way. Hey, something the matter? Don't look. Exactly, man. Sorry, that's right. Holding the towel in her hand, the girl murmured with her clothes partially off. She made a face with just the slightest bit of reluctance and embarrassment. It was the first time I saw her with that expression. In the cramped car, the two of us faced our backs to each other. How about it? Feels good, doesn't it? It was just turning totally dark and the interior was dimly lit. The glass right in front of me reflected the image of myself whipping my body. And further, past my figure, it reflected the figure of the girl behind my back. Just like me, she had taken off her top and was whipping herself. Without intending to, I saw her. A large scar on her chest could be seen. Most likely, they were scars from surgery. I didn't know the details, but it was larger than mine. Stay you. What is it? Is it that unusual? From beyond my back walks towards my figure reflected in the glass. January 25th, 2005. Under the cloud sky, the silver Cooper ran on, again. As always, it continued to run with no destination, and looking back, 3 days had passed. In that span, nothing particularly special had happened. To be really particular, along the way we found a practically free open air bath. There wasn't really many people around, so at the least we managed to take a bath. Other than that, we were towards the bottom of our money, and once again towards the bottom of our gas tank. Have you gotten a bit tired of it? Not particularly. The two of us, while eating convenience store nigiri, exchanged words. Compared to the food on the cemetery, it might have been better, but even then, after eating only leaves for a number of days, it was looking boring. However, even this kind of food, considering our money, would probably end in a few more trips to the store. That sound is noisy. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? The sound of the car, it's gotten louder than before. Ah, now that you say it really has. Most likely the cause was that time we fled from the pachinko bar a few days ago, where the muffler was used. I had been worried about it, but certainly the sound of the car has gotten a bit louder. Well, it probably wasn't going to get in the way of driving. And before that, the problem right before us was gasoline. The meter had been pointing at empty, and we had been running like that for 5 minutes. And our money right now amounted to 900 yens. With that, unlike last time, it was clearly not enough. If we totally ran out of gas, then there would probably be nothing that we could do. Making a decision, I pulled into the gas station and moreover looked for a self-service station. Soon I found one and pulled the car to a stop at the closest pump out of the many lined up. I'll get some gas. I see. But don't get out of the car. There was no reply, however she probably also understood what that meant. Opening car's gas cap, I put in the gasoline by imitating others. In the area was one other customer, and in the back was a building with vending machines. I could also see one that looked like a clerk. Most likely, that was where one paid the bill. Looking at the explanatory plate on the wall, it seemed that after filling up, one would take the receipt over there. In that case, we could just drive off and run away. While looking around the quiet gas station, that's what I felt. And with 23, 24, 25, 26, the numbers on the meter showing the amount of gas pumped, unlike before, I thought it was going very slowly. I felt very irritated while waiting for the tank to fill, and then passing 40 liters, just when the tank was about to fill. Welcome. Oh crap. The clerk, that seems to be a part-timer, had been in the building up until now, for some reason. Run over here. A straight tie pressure. Are they all fine? Yes, they're fine. I see, it's cold, so please be careful. And perhaps intended to be a service, the clerk started cleaning the windows. As that was happening, the pump on the tank was full, and with a business-like sound, spat out the receipt. Oh, please make a prayer over there. Pausing from washing the windows, the clerk pointed at the building from before. Silently, I held the receipt. Unable to think of what to do, I wound up standing still. Is something the matter, sir? Okay, let's finish it, like, right now. This might get very interesting. See you, bye.